Ever wondered how to start a conversation in English? Welcome to our journey through the realm of English questions and answers. We're embarking on a linguistic adventure, designed to equip you with the skills to confidently engage in English conversations regardless of your current proficiency level. Today we'll be exploring 90 unique questions and their respective answers, starting from the basics and gradually increasing in complexity. This progressive approach will not only enhance your understanding, but also your ability to use English in a variety of contexts. Whether you're ordering at a restaurant, navigating a new city, or just making small talk, we've got you covered. By breaking down the structure of questions and answers, we'll help you to better grasp the fundamentals of English grammar, enabling you to form your own questions and responses with ease. Ready to dive into the world of English questions and answers? Let's get started. Start with these simple English questions, essential for any beginner. Now, let's dive right into the basic English questions that are the building blocks for any conversation. These are the first questions you'll likely use when meeting someone new, and knowing how to answer them will give you a solid foundation for your English language journey. First up, we have the classic, "What's your name?" This is a fundamental question asked when someone wants to know your name. The answer is straightforward. My name is, followed by your name. Simple, right? Next we have, "How are you?" It's a common courtesy to inquire about someone's well-being. The usual responses are, "I'm fine, thank you," or "I'm good." You might also hear people say, "I'm well," which is a bit more formal. Then there's, "Where are you from?" This question is asking about your place of origin, be it your city, state, or country. To answer, you'd say, "I'm from," and then the name of your hometown or country. Another basic question is, "What do you do?" This is another way of asking about your occupation or job. The response would be, "I'm a," followed by your profession. For example, "I'm a teacher," or "I'm a student." And finally, "Do you speak English?" This is a question you might hear if someone is unsure if English is a language you're comfortable with. The response would be, "Yes, I do," if you speak English, or "No, I don't," if you don't. It's important to remember that these are just the basics. English is a rich language with countless ways to ask and answer questions, but by mastering these fundamental questions, you're setting a strong foundation for your English-speaking skills. And there you have it, 5 simple yet vital English questions. Practice these, get comfortable with them, and you'll be ready to engage in basic English conversations with confidence. Remember, it's not just about knowing the questions, but also understanding the appropriate responses. With these questions, you're well on your way to starting a conversation in English. Feel confident with the basics? Now let's tackle some intermediate questions. As we progress further in our English language journey, the questions we encounter start to require more thoughtful and detailed responses. These are not merely yes or no questions, but ones that require us to share our thoughts, experiences, and more. Let's start with a common one. What do you do for a living? This question is asking about your occupation or job. An appropriate response could be, "I'm a teacher," or "I work as a software engineer." Remember, the person asking this question is interested in what you do professionally, so keep your answer focused on your job. Next up we have, "What's your favorite food?" This question is pretty straightforward. The person asking wants to know about your food preferences. You could say, "I love sushi," or "My favorite food is pizza." It's a friendly way to share a bit about your personal likes and dislikes. Lastly, "Can you tell me more about your family?" This question is a bit more personal and allows you to share about your family background. An appropriate response could be, "I come from a small family. I have one sister, and we were both born and raised in New York." Or, "I have a large family with 5 siblings. We're spread out all over the country, but we try to get together for holidays." Remember, when answering these questions, it's not just about the words you say, but how you say them. Use your tone and body language to convey enthusiasm, interest, or whatever emotion is appropriate for the conversation. And don't worry if you don't have a perfect answer right away. It's okay to take a moment to think about your response. In fact, doing so can show that you're taking the conversation seriously, and that you value the other person's question. Great job, you're making progress. As we continue to explore more complex questions, remember that practice is key. Keep practicing these questions and answers, and soon enough, they'll become second nature. Ready to step up your English conversation skills? Let's dive into some advanced questions. These are the type of questions that can stir up insightful discussions and can help you to understand complex ideas or express your thoughts on serious topics. First up, we have what's your opinion on climate change? This is a great question to start a conversation on environmental issues. An appropriate response to this could be, I believe climate change is a serious issue that needs immediate attention. We should all contribute to reducing our carbon footprint. Next, we move on to career-oriented questions like, can you tell me about your career goals? This question is often asked in job interviews or professional settings. A potential reply might be, my main career goal is to become a successful project manager. I aim to gain experience and learn from every project I handle. Lastly, we delve into political discussions with the question, what's your viewpoint on the current political situation? Now remember, political discussions can become heated, so it's crucial to maintain respect and understanding. A fitting answer could be, I think the political landscape is constantly changing. It's essential to stay informed and make decisions that align with our values. Notice how each answer is thoughtful, well-articulated, and encourages further discussion? That's the beauty of advanced questions. They allow for deeper conversation and a better understanding of the world around us. Remember, the key to mastering these questions is practice. Don't be afraid to use these advanced questions in your everyday conversations. You'll be amazed at how quickly your English conversation skills improve. So keep practicing, keep learning, and keep asking questions. Your English language journey is a marathon, not a sprint. Every question you ask, every conversation you have brings you one step closer to fluency. Impressive, you're mastering English conversation. Now, it's time to put your knowledge into practice. The old adage stands true. Practice makes perfect. It's not enough to merely understand the questions and answers we've been discussing. True mastery comes from regular application of what you've learned. It's like learning to ride a bicycle. You can study the mechanics all you want, but you won't truly learn until you hop on and start pedaling. So let's talk about some effective ways to practice your newly acquired English skills. First, try speaking with a friend. It doesn't matter if they're a native English speaker or a fellow learner. The goal here is to use the language in a real conversation. This will not only help you remember the questions and answers better, but also build your confidence in speaking English. Next, consider joining an English learning group. This could be a local community group or an online forum. The advantage here is that you'll get to interact with a diverse set of individuals, each with their unique accents and dialects. This exposure will significantly enhance your English comprehension and conversation skills. But what if you don't have access to a learning group or a friend who can practice with you? No worries. You can still practice on your own. One effective method is practicing in front of a mirror. It might seem a bit odd at first, but it's a proven technique used by public speakers worldwide. It allows you to observe your facial expressions and body language, which are crucial elements of communication. And remember, consistency is key. It's better to practice a few minutes every day than to cram in several hours once a week. The brain needs time to process and consolidate new information, and regular practice provides just that. So, start practicing today. Use the 90 questions and answers we've discussed in this video as your starting point. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. In fact, embrace them. Each mistake is a learning opportunity, a stepping stone towards becoming a proficient English speaker. Remember, practice makes perfect. Let's recap what we've learned today. We began our journey with basic English questions, the foundation of any conversation. This included the who, what, where, when, why, and how questions that are essential to understanding and being understood. Next, we stepped into the realm of intermediate English questions, where we explored a variety of scenarios and situations. We discovered how to ask for opinions, make suggestions, and dive deeper into conversations. Then, we ventured into the world of advanced English questions, pushing our language skills to the limit. We learned how to challenge assumptions, express complex ideas, and engage in thought-provoking discussions. Throughout all these stages, we emphasize the power of practice. It's through repetition and exposure that our English conversation skills will truly flourish. Remember, the more you use these questions and answers in your daily interactions, the more natural they'll become. Keep practicing and you'll be a pro at English conversation in no time. Thanks for watching.